All right. Hi, everyone. Let me adjust here. Hey, everyone. Okay, there's Lola. Lola's back in town. And says hello as well as Teddy Bear and Benjamin. Hi. Hi. Good morning. Good morning. Hello, Leslie, Aledra, Loretta, Bad Kitty, meow meow. Susan, Regina. I said a late. Did I say Loretta? Hi, Loretta. Shirley. Who else am I seeing? Leslie, of course, from Massachusetts. Cold up today, isn't it, here in Massachusetts? Hi, Emmy. And welcome to everyone. I am so happy to have you. For some reason, my view isn't showing me. Oh, wait a second. All right, we've got some people that will come along. Today we're going to be doing some things. I know it is Freebie Friday, but I had to show you these great new images from Rob and Bob. It's a digital set, well worth the $29.99 that you would pay. If you are an Access subscriber, you'll get an additional discount. I don't know how much it is, though. I don't know how much that discount is. Might be 10%. I don't know, but well worth it, because there are tons and tons of great new cards that are all lovely. Rob and Bob cards, and there are 3 fonts that are part of this. So I'm going to show you which ones those are, if I can find them all. Yesterday I had a little trouble finding them all. And then we're going to make this card, which I love. I love to make one of these peaceful deer type of cards. And I did put a sentiment on the inside. This is actually a different font, so I'm going to show you how to change out a font if you don't like the font you chose. So, and we're going to put this all in the card. Tomorrow on Cricket Date Night, we are going to be doing a Christmas tree explosion. What? Oh, sorry. I got to go to my YouTube account because I was watching Girl with the Dogs. It's just so great. Sorry, it was video. It was videoing that. I turned it on accidentally. Okay, so tomorrow we're going to be working on yet another Dreaming Tree file, and this one is a Christmas explosion box. It's a Christmas tree. I cannot. This is one of those projects that you can't really get the full view and how awesome it is until you actually make it or give it and have people look at it. It is very tall. It's about a foot tall, and it has like a top on it. As you can see here, it has like a little top with a star. And then when you remove the top, the sides open up. They sort of fan out, kind of like a regular explosion box. And it reveals a smaller tree on the inside with a quartet of pretty little snowmen around it. And then on the other side of those pieces, you'll see these gorgeous all this snowy kind of like decorations and everything. And this illuminates. So it's kind of like explosion box slash, it's like a mashup of both. So 10 people. 10 people. Oh, I'm back to Facebook. Hi, Dawn. Hi, Dawn. Dawn's in Facebook. So this is really cool. It is a paid file, costs $2.99. I think it's part of, yes, it is. It's part of a group of files, this very large peppermint swirl box, and then this cute um snowflake. It opens up. It's a box that opens up. It's a ornament gift box. So if you're giving something small, you could put it in that ornament gift box. And then after you've given your gift, you can hang it on the tree. It's really cute. So we're going to be working on that tomorrow night on uh, date night, 3D date night. This here is what we're going to be working on. So if you want to purchase it ahead of time, it is $2.99, and we'll be going over how to put it together then. Okay, so that's tomorrow night, and then I'm off on Sunday, and back. I'm actually Friday night. Tonight's Friday. Friday night, I might actually pop in because Granite Coast, which is a brewery next door to Create and Escape. Granite Coast is hosting, or they have two hostesses tonight. One is Wendy from Create and Escape, and she's doing a holiday place setting arrangement. And Granite Coast, it's a brew house. So they don't serve food, I don't think. They mostly just invite people. And then my friend Stacy, who lives down the street, the bookbinder, is actually going to be there to do some knitting and sort of talk to anybody that wants to come for knitting. So that's tonight at Granite Coast. So if you're local, you can pop in. It is right on Main Street in Peabody Square, and I might pop in there for a little bit. I'm going to lend some of the things we did this week for Wendy's setup, like our little Be Merry sign and some of our gingerbread men. I will have to say I have to make some more because my mom has given them all away. I bring her things and then she like practically takes orders. She gives them away and then calls me up and says, I need more. And I'm like, well, that's not the point of it. It's supposed to be for you special, but I'm happy to make them if I have the time. Although I'm not a Hallmark store. so so that is the rest of this week. We'll be back next week on Monday to start doing, or to continue doing, holiday things. We've got other things that we're working on. As you know, we're going to be doing that heirloom Christmas tree from SVG Cuts, and I have some great ornaments, and we'll probably do more of these cards from Rob and Bob. So I hope that you can tune in and you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, which just hit 17,000, 16,000, 17. Am I dreaming? It's probably 16,000. I don't even know. Um, yeah, so I didn't even know. Good morning, good morning. Hi, Penny. Penny made it. Hi, Faye. Hi, Susan. Hi, Leslie. Lori Joe's here. Hi, Dawn, Melissa, Deborah, and let's see, Bailey. Bailey. I want to just say hi. Hi, Bailey. Uh, 17,000, Emmy? Okay, thanks. I forget. But wouldn't it be great to get 18,000? It's totally a long shot. Totally a long shot, but boy, would I love that, to end the year with 18,000. So before I get started today, I do have some sad news. My brother-in-law, who lives in New Hampshire with my sister and their two children and their menagerie, with whom I've told you has been ill with COVID um, for the last 2 months. He got sick from his son. None of them were vaccinated. He got sick from his son. He got really sick, and he was transferred to Exeter Hospital and had been there for the last 2 months, and it was looking really good, although he did have some lung damage. But yesterday they tried to take him off the vent and it did not go well. So he's not expected to survive, which is really a big blow here at this house. As I've mentioned before, he's a difficult person to love, and to show affection towards, and was kind of stubborn, and but was a good provider and a good husband. And now all of that is on my sister's shoulder, so I'm very worried about my sister. She lives way up on the Canadian border of New Hampshire. They have, in addition to two teenage children, my sister has a 30-year-old daughter from another marriage, and they have property, but also a business and tons of animals. They have like 7 dogs, as many cats. They have real pigs and ducks and chickens and guinea pigs and anything else. Plus, his mother lives up there, in another house of theirs. So it's a lot to ask my sister. So I'm asking for prayers for my sister, because it's kind of too late for my brother-in-law Joe. So it's sad news, sad news. Um yeah. So anyway, not want to dwell. Let's get back to today, to today's show. Don't want to be a Debbie Downer here, but the most important thing that I could tell you about this whole thing is COVID is real. It's no joke. Okay. It is no joke. And anybody who refuses a vaccine or says they know better than everybody else, all the professionals, they're wrong. And I'm usually one of those live and let live kind of people, but in this case, not only will I be losing my brother-in-law, but I also lost my stepsister at the beginning of the year, also from New Hampshire, at the beginning of this year. So I'm here to tell you it is no joke. If you are not vaccinated, get vaccinated. If you haven't had your boosters, sign up for your boosters. Um, Stay safe. Still be cautious. Wear your masks, and we need you around. So please do not think it's a joke or something that you're strong enough to handle, because it is a crazy fierce thing, and it's sometimes not even the COVID. His COVID has actually gone, but it caused so much damage to his lungs that he has been unable to survive without the vent, and you can't stay on a vent um, all the time, clearly. So he had a long road ahead of him, and now is not going to have to do that. So anyway, let's get back to what we're doing. So today we're talking about a brand new digital mystery box that just launched from Rob and Bob, and I want to show you where to find your files, and how to purchase this and everything. And also going to show you this card. And I did try to make this other card, but the eyes are messed up, and so now she looks like an alien, which I just thought that was funny. Um, so the, there's a lot of, like, they do launch a couple of digital mystery boxes throughout the year, and they are different than the regular mystery boxes. And they usually are filled with licensed material. So, like Star Wars, Disney, um, we've had Warner Brothers. So there've been some pretty awesome digital mystery boxes in the past, but none that excites me more than Rob and Bob Images. Um, and I will put the code for this digital mystery box. It costs $29.99. You cannot use my code to get any more off of the digital mystery box. But if you are a Cricket Access customer, you can save, I think it's 10 or 20% off. So that will automatically go in for you, but you can't use my code. However, if you're going there and placing an order, um, it does nothing will ship. So just so you know, if you use my code to buy some materials, then it is Cricket Chat 10, and I do receive a small percentage of all the sales. It's very small. so, and this digital mystery box consists of three. So once you've purchased it, it consists of three image sets and three fonts. So once you've purchased it, you do need to exit out of Access and to see them. So I'm going to show you through images where they are. So you go to images here, and we're going to hit the all images and choose under highlighted category image sets. Okay. Now, I don't know if you've ever seen this, but an image set is like a oh, look at the sloth. Is a group of images that are related by something. So obviously hedgehogs are here. And when there is an A, little banner A, it means that it is free to use if you are an Access customer. I tend to Access subscriber. I tend to keep most of my projects within the Access subscriber grouping because I just really love Access, and they keep adding. There's just like over 250,000 images, whatever, and they just keep adding more and more. So in that case, I think there's plenty. In fact, there's so much for us to do that sometimes I run out of time. Like I run out of shows in which to do it. Oh, unicorn cat. So under image sets are listed all the image sets, and some of them are Access, and some of them are not. So, for instance, let's see. If we typed in Disney, you will see here Disney. There's a whole bunch of Disney, and none of them have that Access code on it. Okay, and this Anna Griffin, but Anna Griffin stuff is free to Access customers. So we like to do those. And we're going to go over to Rob and Bob. If you've never seen Rob and Bob stuff, I really, really like this designer. They're really edgy and kind of modern with a vintage flair. And most all of their images are free to Access subscribers. They've got lots of Christmas, lots of Halloween. Um, and just also through the year kind of like graduation, and they even have some like designed for like infusible ink or iron on, and a wedding suite that is down at the bottom. So all of these you see have the little A, which means Access, but the three new ones do not. They will not until I think it's like 6 months to a year after they've launched. So if you are dying to get your hands on these, the only way you can really get them is if you purchase them. Okay. Um, these are the three. One is called Celebrations. We're going to look at that. Okay. And then the other one is called Holiday Collection 1 and Holiday Collection 2. So let's start off with the Celebrations one. So the Celebrations one is exactly what it sounds like. It's things for people celebrating something, whether they're getting married, or they just got married, they're enjoying a birthday, they're graduating, they are sick, they had a baby, um, just a friendship little thing. And I'm not sure if Mother's Day is here. No, Mother's Day not here yet. So there's brides, there's birthdays, there's a lot of amazing cards in here. So there's, let's see, two, four, six, eight. 10, 12, 14, 16, 18 cards in all. And it looks like looks like three banners and then a few other like images, such as these adorable handwritten sentiment. So instead of having a sentiment in the card, they're giving you sentiments so you can swap them out. So for instance, you could, if you have a feel better soon one and you just want to give it to like this flower one, or the birthday, um, you could do any of these. Thinking of you, love you a bunch, that sort of thing. And so that is called celebrations. Quite a bit there. And then if you scroll down, we have holiday collection 1 and 2. I'm going to go into 2 for right now, simply because it seems to me like it's the second half of the year in 2. So I thought I would go over it. There is let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 new cards for holidays in the second half. Did I count this one? 2 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I did. Oh no, 8. This is the one we're going to be doing. So there's 8 cards here. One of them is a birthday card, pretty general, but there's also just a snowman one. There's a Happy New Year. There's Halloween. I think this is Christmas. No, that's Halloween. There's that Santa one that I showed you on my screen, and then also a couple of really fun things, like for instance, all of these little icons for Halloween that you could put into a banner. There's a give thanks banner here as well, and some pretty nice graphics here. So that is Holiday Collection 2. And Holiday Collection 1 is more closely associated with um, new baby cards. Yeah, 2 this week. Oh, that's nice. Um, trying to stay strong. Yeah, I don't know. And then the Holiday Collection 1 is Mother's Day, Father's Day, Valentine's Day, Easter, um, and like sort of summary type of things. This is Easter eggs. This is mom. I love this little girl with the glasses, and that you get that image separately. We're gonna have to use that, or make this card. And there's even mermaid things so for the summer, and some really adorable Easter cards. So there are quite a few cards here. So if you count all these up, I don't know, I'm not keeping track, but here's 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 10. So there's another 12 images. I'm sorry, 12 completed cards. Okay, so 12. I think the other one had like 8, so that's 20. And then before that it was like 18, 38 cards, and a bunch of other images. And there's 3 fonts. So that's how you would find them, and that's sort of what's in them. I'm going to go back to the Holiday Collection 2, because we're going to grab the Santa, the festive vintage Miss Merry Christmas, and then also we'll pick our pretty deer scene, and then the snowman scene. Okay, so we're going to pull those all into my design space, which actually I already have those, a couple of those in there, but I want you to see them. Okay. Hey, 85 people on total. That includes I think both Facebook and YouTube. So that's pretty cool. All right. So each one of these comes with an envelope, and they are all sized for A2. Okay. So if you want to change the size of them, you will need to. I like these particular cards. I like to do in A7. A7 is a 5 by 7 inch card, but A2 is also acceptable. It's a 4.5 by 5.5 inch card. Okay. And that's folded. Okay. So there are two different sizes that generally are used. This one, as they come in, they're at A2. How do I know that? Just common knowledge, I guess. And so and then the envelope will fit this card. And how do I know that? Well, here's what I usually do is I arrange it to the back, and you have to consider this is going to be folded. So you see how this around here is um, cornered off or squared off. This will fit into this envelope. Um, and if you want to change the size of the card itself, which I do, I'm going to go up to the right up here, the size, kind of small. But what we're going to do is change the width to 10. Once we do that, you'll see the height is changed to 6, almost 6.5. I want it to be a nice even number. I want it to be exactly an A7. So we're going to ungroup the or unlock this and change the height to 7 inches. This is just me and my compulsions. If you don't want to do that, you want to cut it at that size, go right ahead. But for me, I like it to be exact, exact, exact. So once I do have that, now my envelope is not going to fit. But there's sort of an easy fix for this. And you'll see with this card, we'll talk about the envelope in a second, but this card consists of this beautiful overlay piece, which I cut out in glitter. And then there is this blue piece, which I cut out in a really pretty blue. And then you have the two inserts. Okay, one is smaller than the other. I didn't like the fact that these were both white. To me that seemed kind of a waste of color, so I went ahead and chose the top one to be a different color. So I did select it, and you can see over here it's an attached set. So I'm going to choose that piece of the attached set that says basic cut, and then I'm going to come up here. Even though it doesn't look like it's there, it's white, so I'm going to select that and choose a different color. I think lavender would look good. Also, pink. Or, we can't just do everything white for snow, because, snow, it glistens and it gives off different colors. So greens, blues, purples, pinks are all good choices here. So let me show you what that looks like. I'm going to send it to the back. And then when we put our two pieces on there, you'll see that it's 3 colors now. So it went from a 2 color arrangement to being a 3 color arrangement because of the cutouts here on the second piece, which is the snowflakes. So this is going to be a very stunning but yet peaceful card. It doesn't have a oh, and let me, before I get into the sentiment, here is the envelope. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this part of the card, which is that it's actually the same color as the envelope. Well, which I could probably just change this envelope to white just so I can explain to you what I'm doing. All right. So now my envelope is not going to fit. So what I need to do is I need to expand the envelope so that it does fit. But I'm a little concerned that it might not fit and still be 8.5. It might not fit onto a regular. Let's try it out and see. Yeah, it's going to, if I do that, I have to sort of stretch it so that my card is going to fit in there. So what I will do is unlock it and do this. But to be really super honest with you, um, it's better just to buy the envelopes. I just buy the envelopes, a 5 by 7 inch envelope. They're easy to find. I buy them at Michael's. I buy them at Create for Less. So honestly, I don't do envelopes all that often. So I'm just going to get rid of this one. Or if you know of another envelope that might work with that, then you can do that. So the let's talk about the inside of the card, because this is really plain and we do get 3 fonts with this. The 3 fonts are called, I wrote them down, hold on. The 3 fonts are called Mermaid, Winchester, and Monkey Business. They sound as good as they are, I think. So let's go ahead and add a text box. And we need to, by the way, if you have struggled with the size of your text box, you can now shape it larger if that's easier for you. And I do often have a little hard time with that little itty bitty box. So let's see. So this is a very peaceful card, and I was thinking of, snowfall and in the winter, especially like up in New Hampshire, how soft and beautiful everything becomes. So I thought, all right, what should we put in there? And I came up with, may the beauty of the season fill your heart with peace. And I thought that was nice. You don't have to do that, but that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to just start typing, may the beauty, new line of the season. I'm going to capitalize the main words, fill your heart with peace. Okay. So you'll see that it's already switched to a writing font because I was working on this file. So here it is. This is the writing font, Rob and Bob Monkey Business. If you want to change the font that you're using, say for instance, when you are doing this from the start, you may need to change it from a cutting file to a let me just get this out here, from a cutting file to a writing file. So in this case, I wanted to use a matching pen. And so here is what it's going to look like as a cut file. But then I thought, oh no, I do want to use that Rob and Bob. So this is how you would change it. I move these things over here just for right now. And we'll talk about resizing in just a second, okay? But go up to your fonts. Now, let's say it's in a font that you don't want to use. You want to find another font. And in this case, we're going to fonts and we're going to actually do a search. But the problem is that 2 of the fonts from Rob and Bob, only the Monkey Business font is showing, at least when I do a search. I suspect it's because I do have checked off only current fonts. So I'm going to try this again. I'm going to uncheck current fonts and I'm going to type in the name Rob. And yes, guess what? Here are the Rob and Bob. There's my Winchester. There's Mermaid. And there's Monkey Business. Now, again, if you were to have purchased this as as part of the digital set, it would show that you own it, but it would show purchase, but it would not show with the A. Okay, so I'll just kind of show you that. Now you see here on the side where the name is, it will say just underneath. So this one's called Rob and Bob Mermaid, and it says single layer cutting, and then there's a space and it says writing. Okay, so the same thing here, single layer cutting, writing. So almost all of these have a writing aspect to it. So we can choose one. Let's choose Winchester and see how that works. So once we choose that, it will change the way it looks now, which is a very pretty. It's got very curly Q there, but we can go back and look again. Let's look at the mermaid one. Oh, it's super curly mermaid. Maybe not as peaceful and serene as what I'm looking for. So let's try monkey business. This might be monkey business. Yeah, it is. Okay. So I think I like this monkey business. It's very pretty. I think originally when I cut this out, I did use something else. But I like this monkey business. It's very peaceful and serene, which is what the message is about, right? So now I'm going to resize this and have it work with the inside. So this is the inside of my card, and I'm just going to kind of sort of move it over here and sort of start resizing it. And all I'm doing is using these little arrows to go in and out. But there are a few things that I like to do when I'm doing a sentiment. First, I like it to be centered. And so I want to change the alignment there. I'm going to go up to alignment and choose center. I just think it looks better, right? And so I think that's cool. Sometimes the space the space needs to be changed as far as the font size is concerned. So I can go up here and change it. Now here it's at 35, but let's say I want to do 24, and there is a little bit smaller, which is nice. Kind of a little too small for me, so I think I'm going to go back up to 30. So that to me looks pretty nice. If I wanted to change the space in between the letters or between the lines, I can also use this advanced feature, and I can either ungroup two letters or ungroup two lines. To be honest, since they've added kerning, I do this far less with the letters, but I have indeed ungrouped two lines, and that does help if you want to sort of nudge up lines and make a little more compact, a little more compact. So to do it by lines, you could do that. I'm going to go back. And let's go back and ungroup the ungrouping. Does that make sense? Undo the ungrouping. So here's my font. If I wanted to really get a good eye for this, I could also go up here to where it says Operation Pen, and I can choose a color here. So I kind of like this candy crystal. I think it's going to look real nice with this. So I'm going to choose that just so that I can kind of get a feel for how it's going to look. Hey, listen, there's a ton of colored pens. So gosh, use them. And I don't even know which set this one came from, but I really like it. It's really pretty. Let's see. This is what I ended up using, I believe. It's a jade. I think this is the one I used. The jade. Um, 0.2 inch, I'm sorry, 0.4 millimeter tip. So it makes a nice writing font. Now, I'm just going to mention this because inevitably I get this question. How can I fill in my letters? So I have a little bit of bad news about that, is that if you are choosing something that does not have a writing font and instead it's a cutting font, so let's go ahead and choose this to regular and see what happens. So here you go. May the beauty of the season. So there's my thing. But at this point, when it's set as regular, this is a cutting font. So you would cut this out, which you could do, cut it out in vinyl, whatever color. You could choose the color you wanted. Say you did have some really pretty blue to match with that color, you could do that. But in this case, you would be cutting this out with the vinyl and then placing it on the inside of your card. If you want to write and use your pen and you do it with this, it is going to just do around the outline of this. It cannot fill it in with the color. You can either be happy with that. Or you can use your pen and fill them in yourself, or you can choose a writing font. Unfortunately, these fonts cannot be filled in to my knowledge. Maybe it's something that they're working on, but for right now, this is the way that it is. Okay. So before we go ahead and cut this out, let's make sure that we find the proper placement. I like to put it sort of close to the top, but with enough room to put the name, and then plenty of room at the bottom so I can sign it. Then I'm going to select them both and hit attach. Okay. And I can go ahead and cut this out. So let me just get rid of some of these other images so that you can see what this is going to look like cut out. But there's some pretty awesome cards here. Let's go a little bit higher here. Okay, so I really like this card, and I'm going to cut out two because I always cut out two. And so I'm going to hit make it. And loading. Wow, it's a big project. I don't know why it's such a big project, but okay, stop being all emo, Design Space. Now I am going to hit project copies here. I'm going to hit 2 and apply. And the great thing about this size card is if you have 8.5 by 11-inch paper, which a lot of us are getting from Michael's or Joann's. They actually have a really good sale on 8.5 by 11-inch Park Lane paper on sale right now at Joann's. And I also buy, I always tell you that I buy the stuff from Michael's, but I tried the Park Lane stuff at Joann's and it works just as well. Very nice. It's solid core, colored stuff. So to do 2, here is mat 1 because 2 will not fit of the actual folded card part. So there are 2 mats for the inside. Then here is our mat for the top layer or the overlay layer, and 2 will fit on this. And then there's a nice blue, and then here comes the other layer. So this is a very simple card once you have it set up, and you could easily cut out quite a few of them. I'm not going to cut out any, except I do want to show you what you'd have to do if you have a maker and you don't want to use the score. So we have on this particular thing, we have 4 mats that are requesting a score here. So this one, which is the one with the writing on it, we're going to have score and writing. We always do score first, then writing, then cutting. Okay, so in this case, because I have a maker and I'm set up with a maker, this is going to require that we put in the single scoring wheel into clamp B, which is where the cutting clamp is. If you want to use your scoring wheel, this is what you would do. You would go ahead and take out your, let me just show you. You go ahead and take out your cutting housing, and then you would find your scoring wheel. Let me see. Here's my scoring wheel, which has an 01 tip, and then we would put this in like this. I'm trying to do it nice and easy, but of course I'm not doing it very well. So you put it in like this, and then in clamp A, is where you would put your pen. But I don't often use my scoring wheel except for when I'm doing something that has very heavy scoring. So instead, I use what's called a scoring stylus, and that's what this is. So it comes in a number of different colors. Mine happens to be gold. That doesn't make it any more special than everybody else's. It's just the gold one. I think it was from Martha Stewart. Okay. So just if you want to use your scoring stylus instead of the wheel, you're going to go to Edit Tools and you will see Score. You have a choice of the stylus or the wheel. So I'm going to choose the stylus. I'm going to hit Apply. Now you notice that my screen, what's coming up, has changed. Now I need to load the scoring stylus into clamp A. So let me go ahead and move you back down. All right. So I'm going to put my scoring stylus and click it in there. I will get my mat ready. I don't know if I have 8.5 by 11 inch. I think I do. Here we go. So I'd put my cardstock onto my mat, and then I would just go ahead and hit go. Okay. And what's going to happen is it's going to do this part, the score part first, and then it's going to pause. And at that pause, we need to go ahead and take our pen and replace the pen, replace the scoring stylus with the pen. Okay. And that's what it's doing. And then I have to hit it's not showing on the screen, but I have to hit this blinking C again, and it will go ahead and do the writing. Once the writing is done, it will automatically go into the cutting of the card. So it's always score, write, and cut. Okay. So let's put this thing together. I don't want to take up too much of your time today. So I'm going to show you how it goes together. Super, super easy. I'm also going to show you today something that you might be interested in. I know we all love our glue, but I did get these tape runners that I wanted to show you. If you're making a lot of cards, this tape runner might be of use to you. So here's our card. There's the inside of our card with the score. We're just going to fold it right there. I have a little tiny bit of paper that didn't come off well, so I'm going to just sort of trim that. All right. And then here is our external card. So we're going to fold that at the score lines and give it a really, use either your finger, or you can also use this, which is your scraper, or whatever you find useful. Also a special device that it's called a bone folder that you can use as well, but it just makes the crease nice. Okay. So this is going to actually go inside of here. And then these two pieces simply go on here like this. Now I am going to use glue for the top piece because you notice it has a lot of these branches sticking out. And I want to make sure that I don't, I I don't leave those unglued because I want them to stick out on my, I don't want them to stick out. Did I say I want them to? I don't want them to stick out. So I am going to use this special tipped glue bottle that I have here. This has art glitter glue inside, but you could use just about any glue. I've been using the Barely Art Precision Craft Glue, which is this. Unfortunately, I cannot buy it as in bulk quantity, and I do use it quite a bit. So I had to come up with a few other alternative ways. And I don't know if you can hear in the background, but it's done with the writing, and it's just finished the cutting. So all I'm doing here is I'm just making sure that I put a very small amount of glue on these very tiny little cutouts. You could do it up here as well. And then for the rest of it, you can just use a regular tip. This one is a art glitter glue regular tip. I see that there are a couple pieces that didn't get cut, that didn't come out. So I see here and here and here. So I can either do two things. I can try to pluck them out before I get this on my paper, or after I don't put any glue on there, and after I do get the glue on and press it down, I'm then going to take my True Control weeding tool and I'm just going to go in there and just pluck them out. Seems like an easier thing to do. All right, I think that is, oh no, one more. Okay. So this is that lovely that lovely white glitter that my friend Deborah bought for me. Thank you. And so now that that's done, we'll put it onto the card. You'll notice it has a little bit of a border around it. In this case, we can use a tape runner. That's what this is. It is sort of a no frills tape runner. It is refillable. When you're buying these, make sure you get one that's refillable, and this is how it opens. So then I can actually take this off when it's done. You will be surprised how, if you decide to do this, how quickly the tape runs out. Even if it's like 80 yards of tape, it goes quickly. So I wouldn't recommend this as a very frugal thing to do, but it does make putting together cards fairly simple. So here's what I would do is I roll that tape runner, and then I just kind of center it. It's very sticky, so if you put it down, it's hard to take up. So be careful about what you're doing, and then press. I'm going to also do the same here on the front. I'm not going to do it all the way to the corner because it's not complete. This is not as big as the external layer. Okay. And then we're just going to line it up by holding that there and do it here. Now, do not glue or tape the back because it will cause problems with folding. But that is it, ladies and gentlemen. A beautiful, peaceful card. It actually reminds me of my brother-in-law because I remember being up in New Hampshire in the winter time. It was snowing, looking over the Connecticut River, and we saw lovely deer. We saw so many deer, and they were just like sitting there across and just grazing, so beautiful. And I remember him saying, it's so peaceful here. I just love it, especially when it snows. So this one's for my brother-in-law. And I thank you very much. That's going to do it for me for today. Thank you very much for this time that you've taken to be with me. I did put this one together, but I want to just caution you. There are a lot of very tiny pieces, and that includes the eyes and the mouth, and even inside of the bows. I didn't do a very good job. So if I'm going to do this again, I'm going to have to figure out the eyes because they look just way too alienish. But this is also in that holiday collection one. And what's really kind of cool is it uses a pen to give her these fishnet stockings. Very funny. And it's a cute little card as well. But I like this one, and I'm going to probably send it to my sister and just kind of just as a as a sort of thinking of you card. So I hope you enjoyed today. And if you did, tell all your friends. We are very friendly here and we love meeting new people. And we just, we're very welcoming. I think it's the friendliest group on the of crafters on the internet. No one should feel uncomfortable with asking questions or just asking, why'd you do that, why'd you do that, because that's my philosophy. Everybody is a newbie once, at least once. For me, I'm a newbie all the time because when they add new products, I have to learn them all so they can tell you about it. And I appreciate you giving me some of your time this morning. My name is Rita. My channel is Miss Rita to the Rescue, and this has been Cricket Chat with Miss Rita. Thanks so much, and have a wonderful weekend. If you can join. And who is that making a barking noise? I think that's Benji. That's very unlike him. I will see you again. Thank you, Loretta. I have to post the Patreon link. I think it's actually Miss Rita to the Rescue. It's patreon.com. Thank you, Linda. Have a great day, everyone. And is another. I feel like everyone here is just another sib, sib, sibling, like sibling. Um, oh, yes, your code. If you did purchase, this is for Linda, but also for others. If you did purchase a machine during from Cricket during the $20 you buy, or anything, actually, it doesn't have to be a machine, but you bought something during their buy 100 get $20 back. It's called a bounce back coupon. And it should be in your mailbox, at least if it's not today, the next day or whatever, so you can go ahead and place your order. Make sure that you use it, don't lose it. And there's some really great sales going on at Cricket. So definitely take advantage of that to get some materials or whatever. I don't know if the coupon can be used if you wanted to buy this image set, but it's worth a try if you do want to do that as well. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. You have a great day. um I am going, where can you find I haven't done, because of what's going on in my family. I was supposed to do the giveaways. I'm going to enter them after the show, and so they can start, it can start tomorrow. The thing about the giveaway this month is because we have 5 prizes, and yes, they were approved. We have 5 prizes. I'm just going to run one raffle for all 5, but as the month progresses, I am going to pick winners. So I will pick, maybe the first winner I'll pick is going to be for the Bright Pad, and the second winner will be for the Easy Press, and sort of interchange there as we get closer to the Christmas holiday. So thank you, everybody, for coming. I will post the link as soon as it's available. And love you all. Have a great day.